Horsepower hobby.
Horsepower hobby. Horsepower hobby. Horsepower engines. Yeah. Keep the wheels spinning. Even when the wheels stop, I still be winning. Horsepower engines. Keep the wheels spinning. Even when the wheels stop, I still be winning. When I'm in the lobby, whoa, keep on silent. Push the pedal to the metal on my horsepower hobby. When I'm in the lobby, whoa, keep on silent. Push the pedal to the metal on my horsepower hobby.
Horsepower hobby.
Welcome back to Horsepower Hobby. I am Jay, and in today's video, guys, I want to have a little discussion with you. I want to talk to you about something that has happened to the 05 Cummins. I can't believe this happened to the 05 Cummins, y'all. But so the other day, I was preparing for my 2,000 mile journey across the country and back, and I knew that the 05 Cummins needed tires because the tires that we put on it, y'all, let's say we kind of went through those fairly quickly. I mean, not only did we go through them from traveling a lot, but we did have a little fun with them as well. As you can see, we got brand new tread on this, but it came at a cost, I believe. Not just the cost of the tire. Let me just talk to you guys about what happened. Let's come around and check this out. I don't know how well this is going to show, but as you can see, that lift pump hanging there has some damage to it. Let's see if we can get in on it. I don't know if you can see that damage, and you can see it's kind of just cocked to the side just a little bit. So I was cruising to the local tire shop to get the tires put on, and we set up an appointment originally. I was a little pressed for time, so I get to the location and miss the turn into the driveway. Well, as I was turning into the driveway that I thought was for the location, it was the only one right next to it, I realized that's not the right driveway rather for that location. So I immediately turned around and left back out. Well, in the state of Texas, especially in Houston, it is legal to do U-turns. So they have this big long stretch of median. I couldn't turn and go to the left, so I had to go down, take a right, and go down to the next stoplight and do a U-turn and go back. And so I did that. That was perfect. But then I had to make another U-turn so that I can go back to where the tire shop was, because the tire shop is kind of in the middle of this long median section. So as I'm making my second U-turn to the left, I realize, there's a median and it ends, so I cleared that median. Well, as I'm making the U-turn trying to snug that median, ended up running over another median, another section that's totally separate from the first section. I was mad, but what can I do? So I arrived at the tire shop and looked all over and examined the truck to make sure that there was no damage to the truck. I wanted to make sure that there's no leaks, that there's no body damage. I mean, I'm all over it trying to figure it out. And the only thing I really noticed was that lift pump, that fairly new lift pump. I mean, it's been on there probably about 6 months now, but yeah, it's the only thing I noticed that was damaged on the truck. So far, I mean, it is still working, but it's noticeably louder now. So in the back of my mind, I need to be making preparations to purchase a new lift pump. I mean, that sucks, but what can I do, y'all? What can I do? So it was just mind-blowing to me that they would have a median end and then another, like an island, a median island sitting out in the middle of the road, and it was high enough to damage something on the pickup truck. I couldn't imagine hitting it in something like the Corvette or the Hellcat. I mean, it just completely destroyed it. So what I'm going to do is hop in the 05 Cummins and take you guys to the median so that you can see it yourself. So here's cold start up. The 05 Cummins sounds amazing. Still sounds amazing. Still runs perfect, as you can see. The fuel pump is noticeably louder. Let's see if you can notice it from the inside of the cab. To be honest, I don't really hear it right now. Maybe it just happens in spurts. Maybe when it gets warm it decides to make that noise. But it jostled it around pretty good. So we're gonna head on out here in a second, and I'm gonna show you guys the massive island that I hit, and we'll just check it out and see. Obviously, and you'll see here in a moment, I'm not the only one that hit the median, because there's a lot of damage to that median. To be honest, they need to remove it. And the 05 Cummins sounds so good still. This whole ordeal kind of had me worried, because like I said, I was planning to make a 2,000-mile round trip back to my other home on the other side of the country. I was just very uncertain on whether it was going to, I guess, break down on me on that trip. So, but I took a chance and went anyway. The truck performed amazing. I had no hiccups at all. I don't think it needs the pump right away, but I do have it on standby, I guess. And we'll take a look at the pump here in a few, the actual pump that I actually purchased, and we'll price it out and everything so you can see what I'm talking about. But I want to say it's a pretty expensive pump. I want to say it was around the $500+ range, maybe. I'm not sure how much exactly, because I bought a lot of stuff at the time that we put the pump on, and I bought injectors and everything. I want to say everything ran me a total of about $4,000 and something. So I don't know, just not a good thing to hear that you may have to go spend another $500 on something that you just purchased. I mean, I want to move forward with life and put $500 into something else that some kind of customization or some kind of other mod. So I mean, at this point though, it is what it is. Can't cry for spoiled milk. But I want you guys to, I guess, to see firsthand what actually happened to the 05 Cummins. I mean, it is unfortunate, but stuff happens. But we're just gonna ride this pump until it gives up. When it gives up, then we'll give in and purchase another pump. So this is the tire shop I was going to. That's the driveway that I went into, but that's not the correct driveway. And as you can see, here's the concrete median that goes along here. So what I did is I made a right turn, came down to this red light to bust a U-turn. This is not the red light that I hit the concrete barrier. I mean, this one makes sense. I mean, the other one has an island like that, but there's no light posts and stuff like that at that island. So you'll see in just a second just how ridiculous it is, because you can see it's a separation between the two, right? The other one is not as noticeable, because when you're up on it, you don't see it because it's closer to the vehicle, and there's no light post. So you'll see it in just a moment. The weird thing about the tire shop is there's no sign pointing to where the entrance for it is, but you had to turn down this street, go down to a cul-de-sac, and the entrance to the tire shop is in the cul-de-sac. So I wish they would have told me. I probably wouldn't have had a damaged fuel pump right now. But life happens. But we'll be busting this U-turn here in a second, literally right now. And we'll go down to the other one and you can see it. Kind of reenacting what happened the other day. That coming sounds good. So made it to the intersection. Let's see if we can get a good glimpse of it. We're going to be behind the car here. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but as you can see it, it's weird. You have the first median with the light post on it, which I knew existed, so I decided to try to snug it as close as I could. But you can see that second median out there. Oh man, it's done. Listen, it's severely damaged, as you can see. It's horrible, because a lot of cars has ran that one over. So I listen, I won't hit it this time. I guarantee you that I will not hit it. U-turn done successfully. Check it out, guys. That's horrible. It's a a horrible place for a median. You had to turn down that street there to get to that tire shop there. Just in case you guys missed it, see how far that median sticks out? That is ridiculous, y'all. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer in on it. Oh yeah, it's not really wanting to focus, but that's ridiculous. So what I have learned from all of this, and I thought about it the other day, is one or two things that need to happen. Either I just really need to pay attention to the medians, and I guess I need to do that anyway, because you never know, this could happen again. I hope it doesn't, but it's a possibility it could happen again, because I'm not convinced that that's the only median in Texas like that. The other thing that I learned is maybe I need to put the truck on some bigger tires. Maybe we need to lift this thing. I'm not sure. I wasn't really gung-ho to lift it when I guess knowing that it is not four-wheel drive. I mean, if it was four-wheel drive, of course it makes sense, because we can off-road the thing. But because it's two-wheel drive, you know, it just didn't cross my mind. But it's a possibility this thing may be getting lifted one of these days soon. You never know. But at least get a bigger tire package on it or something like that. That way, next time if I go over something like that, it would clear it. The frame itself will actually clear it, and it wouldn't damage the actual lift pump. And it just barely got the corners of it, so it was almost tall enough, y'all. It was almost tall enough. But considering the fact that it actually got the actual lift pump, I mean, it's just, that concerns me. That concerns me that a truck of this size could actually have damage done to the frame. You know, as high as it is, no, get me wrong, it's not a tall truck, but it's taller than most passenger cars. I guess it's taller than all passenger cars. But with that being said, if it would have been the Hellcat or the Corvette, I mean, it just, to be honest, it probably would have totaled it. I don't know, because it would have got the body, the frame, and everything else, because it sits so low. It would have probably got the intercoolers. I mean, just whatever you can think of in the front of it. It'd have been bad if it, you know, it may not have totaled the Hellcat, but it probably would have totaled the Corvette. You know, that could have been bad. So I don't know. I said I'll post the price of the actual lift pump system somewhere up above, and I don't know, just it's mind blowing. If you have not seen the video where I put the whole system on it, well, it's the one where I did all the mods to it, rather. It's just more, we did the lift pump system and the exhaust, I believe, in one video, and then the other video we did the injectors and maybe the cold iron, take some other stuff under the hood. So it's two separate videos, rather. But if you have not seen that build series on the 05 Cummins, do check it out if you have a chance. Like I said, it's pretty good stuff. And I actually had a video, I guess it was maybe one or two before we actually did the mods, unpackaging the stuff so that you can see which actual lift pump system it is. But I'll actually put a picture of the lift pump system and the pricing up, and you'll be able to see which system it is and how much it costs currently, because the prices do change. But I want to say at the time that I purchased it about 6 months ago, it was $500 plus. It may have been $500, it may have been $700, it could have been $1,000. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it was more than $1,000 though. So I mean, it's unfortunate to say the least, but as of right now, it is still working. I'm just going to keep an eye on it because it is making a noise. Let's see if you can hear the noise. Let's see if it does it right now. See, key in. Okay, so I don't know if you heard that humming noise that it made originally. When the truck is running, you can hear that loud humming noise all the time. It used to be quieter than what it is now. So, but once again, it's still working, so I'm just going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to continue to drive it. It did good on our 2,000-mile round trip. As you can see, it is still doing good. I can't ask for nothing else.
Horsepower Hobby.